my dad been passed away about 2 years now, but when my dad passed away, when he died, I sort of lost ambition. I really, for business and for things, because everything, I wanted to make him proud. I lost a little piece when my grandfather died, and I lost a little more when my dad died. It took me a while, took me about a year or so to get my heart back, because that zeal was, I wanted to please him and talk to him.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It does. It does. And when it's strange, but when my dad passed away, Dad was always gone growing up, so I wasn't around him a lot. I don't have a lot of memories of Dad. We did go fishing a couple times. He took me squirrel hunting. We did some things, but it was he was always gone. So he got out of the mining business in 1993, and I got married in 1996. And between those times, I didn't live at home, so I wasn't around him a lot after he retired. But the strange thing is that after he died, I felt closer to him than I ever felt before. And sometimes I'll walk by a mirror and I'll look in the mirror and it's like, there he is.
Yeah.
And I can see him, in some of features. And but yeah, it's definitely different. When your dad dies, I saw something on Facebook, is when your dad dies, you've lost the one person in the world who wants you to do better than what they did.
Exactly. I remember that.
And I think that's really, it's true.
It's a good word, ain't it?
It is.
It really is. Well, let's talk about this. When your dad died, how did your role change as a son? I mean, did you have to change gears in area? Did it all stay the same? Did things get easier for you?
Everything changed. Right after that, I went through a divorce, so that in itself was a completely life-changing thing. But when my dad died, it was a whole separate thing. I ended up moving back home. I live in the house where my mom and dad had, and so I'm there. We moved there in 1983. And then I got married and was away from there for 20-some years, and then here I am back again.
Right.
So all of that is kind of strange, but yeah, everything changed there. When you lose your dad, and Dad was like the leader of the family, and he's the one we always went to for advice, and he's the one that we always would talk to us and tell us what we needed to do. And so when he passed away, everything changed. We didn't have that. So us brothers and sisters, we kind of leaned on each other a little bit more, I guess you could say, and our mother, of course. But it is different.
Well, what about your mother? I mean, how did that relationship change, you and your mother?
Yeah, it changed tremendously. Mom ended up meeting a guy, which is an awesome guy, Sam Moore. He's just a wonderful guy, good to my mom. So she moved out. I ended up with the house, but there for a long time, we had to take care of her. We had to take the garbage out. We had to make sure everything was taken care of, and I worried about her until she got with Sam. And thank God put somebody in her life that would take care of her and loves her.
I see her. When I see her, she knows exactly who I am. We just talk.
Oh yeah.
I mean, she just talks just like it's.
She's the same.
Yeah. Ain't a bit different.
No.
Just talk, but it's, there is a change that happens in there that you have to do. Sure. I found it, what I run into when my dad died, I didn't have time to mourn because I had to step up.
Right.
And I don't know if that makes sense in your life.
Sure.
You didn't have time to, other people had to mourn, and you had to work with them and help them mourn and be there for them.
Sure.
But